A warm welcome to everyone for another lecture of Management of Manufacturing System. Today we are going to discuss about transformation process and the various transformation process which we can see in a production system. To begin with transformation process, you all need to understand what is a production system and what are the various components of a production system. Production system is basically a system which converts input into output through a transformation process. There are 6 components in every production system: input, output, transformation process, control system, feedback mechanism and environment. So all these components and its description which we have already discussed there in the previous lecture, and today we are going to see one of the major component of this production system, that is transformation process. As I said in the previous slide, today we will be going to discuss about transformation process and the various transformation process which we can see in a production system. And now let us come to the topic of our discussion today, transformation process. So if you see this diagram, you can see transformation process which connect input and output, or you can define in this way, transformation process which convert input into output. So in every transformation process, value addition is taking place. That is, value is being added into the input. That is why input is converting into output. And if you take two simple examples, one it is conversion of milk into butter. Here what you can see, only one input is changing into an output. And if you take a second example, assembling of a vehicle, there you can see that many inputs are being converted into output. If you take the same example, that is in the first example, you can say that transformation process is a single activity. But when it comes to the second example, you can say that transformation process is a group of activity. So by considering these two facts, we can define transformation process is any activity or a group of activities that takes one or more inputs, transforms and add value to them and provide output for the customers. When these inputs are raw material, this transformation is clearly visible, as I mentioned there in the first example, that is conversion of milk into butter or a cheese. But if you consider an example, as a patient you are going to a hospital for a treatment. So what is happening in the output? The hospital along with its doctors, medicine, equipments, nurses is converting this ill person to a healthy person. In that particular case, you cannot experience that transformation as a more visible or more obvious thing, because here the inputs are information or people. Therefore, where inputs are information or people, the nature of transformation may be less obvious. Now let us see what are the major type of transformation process. As you can see in this slide, there are 7 transformation process: physical transformation, location transformation, exchange transformation, storage transformation, physiological transformation, informational transformation and psychological transformation. Now let us see what is physical transformation process. Just consider a simple example, that is conversion of milk into butter. So during the process of this conversion, what you can see, the physical characteristics of milk, it will be changing into another form. Whenever there is a change in the physical characteristics of material or people is taking place, that kind of conversion process is known as physical transformation process. Now the second conversion process is location transformation process, and As an example, you just shift one object from one place to another. So here what you can experience, change in the location of the material, information or customers taking place in a conversion process, that we usually call it as location transformation process. In exchange transformation process, if you are going there in a retail shop and you are paying 10 rupees and you are buying a soap. So when you are paying 10 rupees, what the owner is doing, the owner is just changing the ownership of that particular material to you. So in exchange transformation process, basically change in the ownership of the material or information taking place. Whenever accommodation of the material, information or customers in some particular place is taking place, that particular transformation we can call it as storage transformation process. As an example, you are storing a medicine in a refrigerator for some period of time. Now physiological transformation process. Assume that you are going for a hospital for treatment. So in hospital, there are many inputs, medicine, equipment, doctors, nurses, everything help you to recover from that illness. So as an output, after the treatment, you will become a healthy person. Whenever there is the change in the physical condition of a customer is taking place, that kind of transformation is known as physiological transformation process. Now the sixth transformation process is informational transformation process. As an example, you just assume that you are enrolling in a course. So after the course, you will be able to explain or you will be able to understand some of the course concepts of that particular program. So in every educational institution, if you consider, you can see that there is a transformation is taking place. So the teachers with students, whiteboard, marker, everything is helping you people to attain certain knowledge about that particular domain of learning. So in that case, what we can say, a change in the purpose of information is taking place through a transformation process. That transformation process is ultimately known as informational transformation process. Last transformation process is psychological transformation process. You consider an example, you are going for a movie in a theater. So here you can see that many inputs like a movie, sound system, ambience of the theater, everything is helping you to change in the state of your mind. Whenever there is a change in the state of mind of a person taking place through a transformation process, that is known as psychological transformation process or psychological conversion process. In all the transformation process which we discussed so far, we can categorize as two different category. One, it is input or the raw material. In that case, transformation is clearly visible to the persons. So the first four transformation process will come under that category, and the last transformation, what you can see, the raw material or person or information. Therefore what you can see here, the transformation may be less obvious in the last three cases. So as a conclusion, transformation process, what I said in the beginning, adds value to the input. That is why input is being converted into output. As a practice question, you try to explain these two topics. What do you mean by a transformation process, and discuss various transformation process with suitable example. For further reading, you can refer the following textbooks, and have a nice day. Thank you.